Welcome to the Shelley Studio, Exploring Art. I'm working on a journal page today, and the prompt was resist or irresistible. And right now I'm gluing down pages of an old dictionary that I got at a thrift store, just to give the background some interest. And if I use a resist, maybe we'll be able to see some of that print behind the image. So I have speeded this up a little bit, just what do I mean a little bit? I have speeded this up 4 times the original speed because it is long and tedious, and I apologize, but it was a struggle to get this thing to look like anything decent. I wasn't thinking when I decided to try the Elmer's glue, and this is Elmer's craft glue, lettering as a resist, and working with watercolors, that the matte media that I used to glue down the dictionary pages is kind of the same stuff as the Elmer's glue, so there wasn't really any resist going on. So I work it over and over and over and over again, and you'll see here it just keeps going and going. So we're using American Journey watercolors that I got at Cheap Joe's. We have alizarin crimson, and then ultramarine blue, and Joe's yellow is what that is. And I just want you to pay attention to this paint palette. See how carefully I am blending those colors to not get those original colors dirty. Just pay attention to that as it goes, and you'll just get a kick at it at the end. Anyway, so I go over it, and you see nothing is resisting. So I'll mix a few more paints. I try wiping just the tops of the glue with baby wipe. Yeah, that really didn't work so well. It came off of everything. So then I start going around the letters because they're bumpy, with paint, just so that they'll stand out. And when it dried so light. So I go over it again, just adding more and more, and I just keep mixing up the color and just keep going. Finally, I get a big brush out. I mix up a big chunk of it, and I just swoosh across it and just go for it. Like, maybe the pooling around the letters will be enough. But I don't think it is. I still can't really read what is written there. And so I go through and I take water on the brush and then blot with a paper towel just to lift the paint off the letters themselves. Now we're starting to read it, and you can see true art is characterized by N. And then the next word is invisible. Well, the next word is irresistible. And then urge in the creative artist. So I really like this quote. It's by Albert Einstein, actually. So in that irresistible spot, I got a little carried away with a baby wipe or a paper towel and just took all the color out. Well, I'm not going to put more color back in. So I decided I would make the irresistible word dark, where the other ones were light. Makes it a little more interesting anyway. So now I feel like it needs a base, it needs something, so we're going to put some blob people on here. I'm not sure who originated that term, but I first saw this video on how to make blob people on Gina Aaron's page, and I'll try to remember to put a link to that in the description so you can see her little video on. I think she's doing spin art, and then she does some blob people. So I just go over it a few times because it is watercolor, it dries light, and it's faint, and it's on top of the acrylic medium, so it's, it's not soaking in. And give it a little bit of ground, and then I decide it needs something else. So we're putting a tree in the background. Use a little bit of blue, add some red, try to get a little purple, but darker than the background. And the tree's a little out of balance, so once I get going here, we'll widen that base so it looks more normal. Got a bigger brush because I got tired of the little brush. I'm like, I can do this with a big brush. Holds a lot more paint, a lot more color, and a lot more water, so it just works better. Still having trouble with that word irresistible. Just can't see it at all. And you see that paint palette, it's not as pretty as it was to begin with. But wait, it gets worse. So we just keep going over it, darkening it and darkening it and darkening it. And like I said, this is at 4 times the speed. I have no idea how long this took me originally. I think I get a little carried away here with the branches. Just keep going. Branch, branch, branch. Let's keep doing the branches. Make it look like a tree. Well, it's gonna look like an old, scary Halloween-y tree, I guess. I never refill that paint palette, I just keep working on what's stuck there. Which makes it kind of interesting what colors I end up with. Getting the blue in there, now you're starting to see some branches. Keep fiddling with that word. Darkening the blob people a little bit more, just because they dry so light. Just keep adding to the tree. I think at this point, after I've dried it, I decided it just still is not legible enough, so I'm going around every letter with my, this I think is just a Uniball, not the food ball, Uniball, black Uniball pen. Just decided it's gotta be legible, resist or no resist. I could have almost sped this up to like 5 or 6 times the original speed. I do kind of like it in the end, even though, I don't know, it feels a bit muddy and messy, but I don't know, I think it kind of goes with the quote, you know, there's just this urge to be creative, to do something, to make something. I think, and once you start, actually I think once you start being creative and thinking creatively, it just builds on itself and you end up doing more and more things. Whether they're good or not, I don't know. Oh yeah, look at the palette. It's all black. It all looks black. Got completely messy. Darkening that tree some more. Just gotta get that to show up. Went a little crazy there. And here's a few close-ups. Here's the blob people. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked it, please put like on there, and thanks for watching.